earlier, Patty had them draw from a little gift bag numbers, so that's how we determined who got to go first, second, and third. So.
Okay, Bob and Marcia Kinsey from Chapter W, Adrian, Michigan. We got to do your turn.
Oh, okay.
I always put that. Just take your time.
It'll take a minute to unwind her if we don't.
We both get one.
That way you can interrupt each other.
As she said, we're Bob and Marcia Kinsey. We met in 1981, and she was a blind date, and then we went out and stuff, and we got married. That was in March, and we got married in June. That was 33 years ago, and they said it wouldn't work. We're still together 33 years from now.
Yeah. We've got 4 children. We've got 8 grandchildren. We've got 5 great-grandchildren, and we just found out we've got another one on the way. And we've got 3 fur babies. So.
That's Yorkies. And I've been riding bikes since I was 14. I don't know how many of you remember the Cushman Eagle. I started off on that, worked my way up to a wing. When we got married, I had a 1978 Suzuki 550, and when we got married, we went on our honeymoon on that.
Oh yeah, he put my behind on the back of that bike in July, going to Alabama, round trip, 1,200 miles on the back of a Suzuki. If that's not love, I'd like to know what it is.
Yeah. And we camped in the tent.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that. I had me a biker babe, so I kept her. Anyway, after that, we got a 1978. We went up and we wanted something to ride a little better, so we got a 1978 Gold Wing. Then
we moved up to an 85 Aspen K. We got matching helmets, we got the leather vests, we got the boots, we got the intercom so I could tell him where to go. You know, that always helps.
Then we got into an accident in 1990, and we went back to look at the bike at the dealership, and I just couldn't get back on it. It was not the bike I originally had, and it wasn't put together the way I wanted. So I went in the dealership, and he had a red Aspen K, and it was a demonstrator. He said, "I'll give you a heck of a deal." So I went out in the car and got it. She got in her crutches, and she walked in, and she looked at that pearl white one and said,
I told him, I said, if you don't get that one, we aren't getting anything. Because if you don't get that pearl white one, all I'm going to hear from you is, I should have got the white one. I should have got the white one. That was all he said when it was in Wing World. When he first came out, oh, he loved that bike. And he was going to buy a red one. I said, no, that's it.
and then we got involved with, we went on a ride with a couple in our 78, and we stopped at Chapter W, and at the toy run, and we really enjoyed it. We met a lot of people, and gained some friends, so we decided in 86 to join Chapter W, and we were there for 2 years, and we joined GWRRA in 88, and it's been wonderful since. So.
Yeah, and in 1989, we went to our first wingding, first of many. We've been Wisconsin, Montana, Tennessee, South Carolina, Oklahoma. I know I'm probably missing some, but we've been to a lot of wingdings, and I'll tell you what, if you've never been to one, you need to go. We even got to work registration at a few of them. And not only do you meet people from the United States, you meet people from all over the world, because they gather at wingding. And if you work registration, you really get to meet people. You really get to talk to them and find out what their culture is and what their chapters are like.
And two, if you want to really be a GWR, in 1990 we got in that wreck, and she was in the hospital for 15 days. And a couple that was with us, they got in the Gold Book, and that's a beautiful book. That's one of the best things I think GWR ever put out. They called the area rep from down in Tennessee, and they were up there every night, 15 days. And where do you get friends like that? You can't.
No. And our daughter came down from Michigan, and to stay with us. And that chapter took her all over Memphis and showed her all the sights to see in Memphis. And then the chapter put a barbecue on for her before she went back home.
We'll get one of that. And then just to tell you some more about that book, another couple got in a wreck in New York, and the people from New York, Gold Wingers, brought their bike back to Michigan and didn't charge them a dime. So us, the Gold Book and the wing world, you can't beat them. And the biggest thing I like about GWRRA, we worked with a lot of stuff through there, through the 27 years we've been with them, is the friends and the fun you have. You can't beat that anywhere else, but, you know, this is one heck of an organization.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And some of the friends we made at the very beginning are still friends now, 27 years later. What other organization has such a group that love what we stand for? You see that patch, you know what we stand for. Friends for fun, safety, and knowledge. Okay.
You can share mics.
Sure.
And I'm going to give you two different questions. You both have to answer. So you can, whoever wants to. Yeah, they can pull it. So the first question, since becoming a GWRRA member, how has your lifestyle changed?
I'm going to answer first. Our lifestyle used to, you know, what was that? Racquetball. He played racquetball with his friends, and he was there, and maybe I, you know, with my girlfriends. Now we do just 99% of what we do together. You know, ride, we vacation, and 90% of that is with fellow GWRRA members.
Like she said, our best friends now are GWRRA members, and since we've been with the Gold Wings, we hang out with them. And every time it's like today, we've met how many new friends we've met. We'll be good friends for the rest of it. I advise anybody to, hey, do stuff in your chapter, do stuff in your state, do stuff at Wingding, because you're going to meet a lot of friends and have a lot of fun and have a lot of good times.
Okay, second question. What do you feel are some advantages in speaking to non-GWRRA organizations?
Okay. We've talked to a couple, and I think people have a preconceived idea of what motorcycles are. They think of them as gangs or whatever, but when we go in, we were at a campground one time and they said, there's gotta be motorcycles. So half the campground came to check to make sure nobody was gonna mess with their campground. Then they saw us and they said, oh, that's Gold Wingers, they're fine. But that, to me, that's what it is.
And then you tell them, you know, you tell them about the Gold Book, and you tell them about the wing world, and you tell them how many friends. I mean, no matter where you go, or if you get into trouble, your friends are there. I mean, it's like a family. I don't care what anybody says, you're a family, and you can't beat it. I mean, we're all, for 27 years, that's why we belong to GWRRA, because of the friends and the family we gain. I don't care. And we've used that Gold Book because we've been in a wreck when our bikes broke down, and, you know, how can you beat that? There's not another organization that, you know, will treat you like
When
that.
we talk to people about it, we have told them all about the Gold Book and about what the organization stands for. And if that's what they want, then this is where they should be, because this is the best place to be. If you're a biker, GWRRA is the only place to be.
Thank you.